Hi everyone. Today I am telling you how to stop overthinking. Improve your English listening. Let's get started. There is a war that rages silently within the minds of millions, a war not fought with swords or fire, but with thoughts, a war not visible to the eyes, yet devastating to the soul. And that war is called overthinking. Overthinking is a silent thief. It steals time, peace, energy, joy. A single thought, repeated enough times, can grow sharp edges, cut into your confidence, and drown your clarity. What began as a whisper, "what if," slowly grows into a scream that echoes in the mind until every decision feels like a battlefield. This is the story of that battle. Not of a single person, but of a universal journey. A journey anyone can relate to. The setting is not a town or a city. The story unfolds in a place much more real, the human mind. In the early days of awareness, the mind is quiet. It observes, it learns, and it wonders. But as life begins to throw questions, expectations, disappointments, and decisions, the mind responds by creating thoughts, thousands of them. Some thoughts are useful, guiding and protecting. But many are repetitive, fearful, and irrational. The mind begins to analyze every small detail. Did I say the wrong thing? What if I fail? Why didn't they reply? Questions that have no clear answers, but keep cycling in endless loops. The overthinker doesn't always realize when it starts. It begins subtly. One anxious night. One unresolved question. One uncertain future. One past mistake. But soon, the mind begins to mistrust itself. Every choice is second-guessed. Every silence is filled with imagined disaster. Sleep is no longer restful, and rest no longer peaceful. The worst part? Overthinking often feels productive. The mind tricks itself. If I think hard enough, I'll find the perfect answer. If I just analyze more, I'll avoid pain. But in truth, overthinking is not thinking deeper. It is thinking in circles. The core of overthinking is the illusion of control. The mind believes it can prevent future pain or regret by anticipating all possible outcomes. So it goes over every conversation, every event, every plan, again and again. But life isn't a math problem. It doesn't follow fixed equations. It's fluid, unpredictable, and full of unknowns. No amount of mental rehearsing can guarantee a safe future. The attempt to control only creates suffering. Overthinking convinces the mind that certainty is necessary before peace. But the truth is the opposite. Peace comes when you accept uncertainty. Just as the sea cannot be grasped with bare hands, life cannot be fully known or controlled by thought. Overthinking doesn't stay in the mind. It seeps into the body. Muscles tense. Heart rate rises. Sleep becomes light or impossible. Appetite fades or turns into emotional eating. The immune system weakens. Headaches become common. The body speaks the pain the mind cannot voice. People often wonder why they feel tired despite resting. But mental fatigue is real, worse, sometimes, than physical. Carrying endless thoughts is like carrying invisible weight on the shoulders. The body, built for motion, becomes imprisoned by the mind, frozen in hesitation and fear. Overthinking also poisons relationships. It makes one read too deeply into messages. It imagines rejection where there is none. It sees judgment in every silence, danger in every glance. It ruins good moments by questioning them, and avoids great opportunities by fearing them. Conversations are replayed endlessly. I shouldn't have said that. Why did they pause before answering? Apologies are sent too often. Or not at all, because fear has paralyzed the tongue. And slowly, the overthinker begins to withdraw, afraid of the world, seeking protection in solitude. But even in solitude, the mind is not silent. It only grows louder. But every storm has a still eye. Every night eventually gives way to dawn. The first light in the journey out of overthinking is awareness. Awareness that the thoughts are not facts. That the mind is not always right. That not every question must be answered, not every thought must be believed. This awareness does not come all at once. It comes slowly, in quiet moments, during a walk, while journaling, while listening to rain. The mind pauses and senses, this overthinking, it's hurting me more than helping me. That moment, when one truly feels the cost of overthinking, is the first step to freedom. One root of overthinking is perfectionism, the belief that there is a perfect choice, a perfect version of ourselves, a perfect path. So the mind delays action, waiting for clarity. But perfection is a mirage. The more you chase it, the more it moves away. Instead, life asks for progress, not perfection. Growth, not flawless execution. Mistakes are not signs of failure, they are the tuition we pay for wisdom. When one accepts that mistakes are allowed, overthinking begins to lose its grip. Overthinking lives in the past and the future. It replays what cannot be changed and imagines what has not yet happened. But the present is where peace lives. The present moment is simple. You are breathing. You are alive. Right now, there is no problem. Right now, there is only this breath. This realization is not poetic, it is powerful. Bringing the attention back to the now is the mind's medicine. And the tool for this return is often the breath. The breath cannot exist in the past or future. It only lives now. Each time the mind spins away, come back to the breath. Not forcefully, gently, like guiding a child back to safety. Again and again. The mind overthinks because it fears. It wants to avoid pain. It wants guarantees. But life offers none. Instead, it offers acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It means allowing things to be as they are, and responding from a place of calm. It means saying, I may not know how this will turn out, and that's okay. I will do my best, and let go of the rest. When one learns to accept the unknown, overthinking begins to dissolve like mist under the morning sun. Once awareness is awakened, the realization that overthinking is not helpful, the next step is learning the tools to tame the mind. The mind is like a garden. If left unattended, weeds grow wildly. But with care, it can become a space of beauty and peace. Tools are not quick fixes. They are practices, habits that must be cultivated daily. Mindfulness means paying full attention to the present moment, without judgment. It's the opposite of overthinking, which lives in imagined futures and regrets of the past. Mindfulness can be practiced in simple ways. Breathing, close your eyes and focus on your breath for 1 minute. Feel the air enter and exit. That's mindfulness. Senses, notice what you can hear, see, touch, or smell. This anchors you to the now. Walking mindfully, instead of walking distracted, feel each step. Notice the ground, your pace, the air. With time, mindfulness creates space between you and your thoughts. You begin to notice the thought without becoming it. Though, journaling overthinking fills the mind with tangled thoughts. Journaling helps untangle them. Writing down thoughts moves them out of your head and onto paper. It reveals patterns, fears, and repetitive loops. Once you see them clearly, they lose power. Some journaling prompts. What am I overthinking right now? What am I afraid might happen? What's the worst that can happen? Can I survive that? What would I say to a friend feeling this way? Journaling daily, even just for 10 minutes, reduces mental clutter. Teen. Movement and nature. The mind and body are connected. A still body often leads to a restless mind. Physical movement, walking, stretching, dancing, exercising, helps release tension and improve clarity. Nature, too, heals. The mind becomes quiet in natural places, gardens, rivers, forests. Time spent in nature is not wasted. It's a return to what is real and timeless. Overthinking often stems from patterns. These patterns are like grooves in the brain, strengthened by repetition. But just as paths are made by walking them often, they can be changed by walking new ones. Question the thought. Not every thought is true. Overthinking often disguises itself as logic. But the mind lies. Ask, is this thought helpful? Is it based on facts or fears? Am I assuming the worst? Have I overthought like this before, and did anything bad happen? Learning to challenge your own thoughts is a form of mental freedom. Though, the 5-5-5 rule. When caught in a spiral, ask, will this matter in 5 days? In 5 months? In 5 years? Most things we overthink won't even matter next week. This technique puts things in perspective. Teen. Shift from what if to what is? What if I fail? What is happening right now? What if they judge me? What evidence do I have for that? What if I'm not good enough? What are my strengths? Bring the focus back to reality. Your thoughts are not your identity. You are not your fears. You are the one watching those fears. Final reflections. You are not your thoughts. You cannot control everything. Peace is found not by thinking more, but by thinking less and feeling more. The mind is a tool. Use it, but don't let it use you. Overthinking ends where trust begins. The end. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe.